What is going on, boys and girls? Wally here with another Level BF Xbox One community update. Today I will be discussing a few points currently under design and rumored. So feel free to sit back and enjoy the gameplay. Listen to the first video that I've actually sat down and script wrote for. Now, I know I've said that before, and while I said I have script wrote prior videos, I actually just doodled stick figures on a page and then titled that page script for YouTube. Hence the unprofessional nature in some of my videos. So I'll try to keep it as non-rigid and fluid as possible while maintaining my form of vernacular. So for starters, we here at Level are hosting a 5v5 Defuse tournament for everyone with a team to enter in. That being said, there will be a link to the sign-up sheet below in the description portion of this video. Now, before I go into any details, you may be asking yourself, Wally, how do I plan on hosting a tournament without private servers? Well, quite simple. The same way teams have been playing 5v5 Defuse for the past 3 months without private servers. While there will be times where this could be a slight headache, we think that if people can scrim, they deserve to have a tournament. It won't be without its problems, and we understand that, but this is why on February 15th, we have asked team captains from each entered team to meet with us so that we can get a rule set that they want and go into greater detail regarding the certain nuances of the servers. So just to make sure that we're all on the same page, none of us here at Level have the intention of placing a rule set upon the competitive community that they don't want. The reason for this is simple. It's just to avoid backlash and disappointment from the community, and let's be honest, I don't even play competitively. I try to facilitate it, so it would be an insult for me or anyone here really to put a rule set upon you. If anyone remembers the iconic 5v5 tournament I helped put together back in BF3, you may know that there was quite a bit of negativity on some of the decisions and weapon restrictions and rule placements that I put forward. So we intend to avoid this as much as possible. So now with all the boring disclaimers put aside, let's get into some of the details we have planned. So I'm going to show you our basic process for putting together this tournament, and in basics we meet every Saturday throughout February to the 1st of March to get a better idea on how we want this tournament to turn out. So for March 1st, or for February 1st, we have a few set deadlines for ourselves. First off being media videos, and this is one of the media videos we're working on. A poster which we plan on releasing at both Level BF's site and on Twitter, which will be a visual recruiting process for teams to enter in with a little bit of general information on it. This is going to be done by Clan Lucky Strike. And a Twitter feed going on for myself, the boys at Lucky Strike, and of course Level themselves to give you just more information about what's going on. And then of course our open sign up. Now we released the open sign up a little bit early ahead of schedule, and this is just to give everyone a jump on entering. And then the final thing is we're working on a newsletter. We're shifting our resources from the 32v32 event to this 5v5 event. So we're going to change one of the newsletters and send out basically all the information that we're working on either sometime this week or sometime next week. For February 8th, which is this upcoming weekend, we plan to discuss the event logistics, mainly on how we plan on monitoring and adminning the servers. With spectator mode now currently working for the full Defuse servers, the potential for shoutcasters to present these games towards the larger community is now possible and something we plan to fully exploit. We don't have a plan or an idea yet on who exactly will be shoutcasting this event, but we want to make it enjoyable as possible for anyone who wants to watch this event take place. Going into greater detail about this, we also plan to promote the streams of anyone live streaming their matches on our videos, our Twitter feeds, and our shoutcasting streams. And the obvious reason is that we want the competitive community to get as much exposure as possible because, I mean, honestly, we here at Level, we love you guys, man. We don't do this for ourselves, we do it for you guys. For the 15th is the team captain meeting. Now we originally had planned to discuss this, and we want to get a basic idea for a potential rule set that participating teams want in the tournament. This will include weapon restrictions, map rules, aka no roof on Zavad and Shanghai, and if there are or are not private servers, how are we going to handle entering games? This also will include what teams will do if randoms join, how someone will show information if someone breaks the rules, which we don't expect, but it could happen, and any extra information valuable to team captains. So our idea for adminning the game is to have an extra set of admins come in and just spectate with the spectator tool, essentially play referee. But the idea is that we want these individuals to either have being experienced competitive players or actual competitive players. And while we aren't trying to discriminate anyone who's trying to help us or potentially be an admin, we want this to be as fluid and professional as possible. and as fair as possible because money is involved. As far as the February 22nd, this is the deadline for the date for teams to sign up, and it'll all be on the informational video that's coming up pretty soon from Lucky and Rambush and myself, and of course it'll be out on Twitter feeds pretty much up until that point. So I'll be posting the sign-up sheet about twice a week in my Twitter feed, and I expect people from a few other places, especially the guys at Lucky and then the guys at Level, to be also promoting this as well. So you'll get that information. That you shouldn't miss the sign-up. If you did, we'll work through it and go through it. But basically, the deadline is the 22nd for entered teams. This will all be in the 5v5 informational newsletter we plan on releasing. The other thing, too, is that this is another deadline for us, and we've kind of been discussing this a little bit, is that the defuse bomb always being spotted is a problem, and it's something that the competitive teams have addressed to us, and it's not something that we're going to release a tournament for if teams aren't going to play. So while we don't think we're going to cancel the tournament entirely, if by February 22nd the issue has not been resolved, we'll most likely go into another meeting and discuss what we want to do. If we want to push back the tournament or potentially do something completely different. Now the rumor is, and this is just a rumor, and I stress a rumor, so don't take this as factual knowledge, but that we have been getting information that we should expect private servers prior to March 1st or on March 1st. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but we'll see. So as far as the actual March 1st date, this is the actual tournament day where teams will participate in the chance to become Level's first ever Xbox One Defuse champion. I know what you're thinking. That sounds great on paper, but it's really just about the money, and I understand that. While we haven't finalized the prize pool, you can expect up to 200 and plus doll hairs and maybe a little bit extra. We haven't really got into the finalized portion of how we want to handle a prize pool, but we know for sure that it's going to be $200 and then some. As far as the tournament start time and end time, we haven't really gotten that far in the process, but I can assure you that we have our best and brightest on this, mainly 5 of us, myself included, so I don't know how best and bright it really is, but basically we are on this, and we want this to be the best experience possible for all the teams entered and the most professional experience possible. We aren't going to take this lightly. We have no intention of making this into a charade. We want you guys to participate and have a great time. So if you guys have any questions regarding the tournament, anything we plan on doing, feel free to either post in this video, comment on my Twitter feed, hit me up on Xbox, I'm always free, or email us at levelbattlefieldx1c@gmail.com. All the relevant links, the sign-up sheet, and contact information will be found in the bottom of this video. If you want to check it out, feel free. Keep it real, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the script of this video, and as always, peace.